I am again, Yohana Dithalia. I'm from English Education Department of Universitas Kristen, Indonesia. And in this video, we will learn about passive voice. So guys, do you still remember what our topic in the previous video? Yeah, it's about application letter. And we found that in application letter, passive voice is used there. So what is passive voice? So now I will teach you about passive voice. But before that, let me tell you our learning objectives in this video, for this video. So after you watch this video, you are expected to be able in distinguishing social function, text structure, and language element of the text in form of job application letter by providing and requesting information related to identity and educational background or working experience according to its use, and understanding the contextual meaning of social function, text structure, and language element of text in form of job application letter by providing information related to identity and educational background or working experience. And you are also expected to be able in compiling a text in a form of job application letter by providing information related identity and educational background or working experience with social function, text structure, and language element according to the context. So, okay, let's read these following sentences first. So, you can repeat after me. For number one, I'm particularly suited to this position. I'm particularly suited to this position. I can also be reached by email. I can also be reached by email. The application letter is written by William Smith. The programmer position is advertised in the Times Union. The programmer position is advertised in the Times Union. 3 references are enclosed in the application letter. The application letter was sent 3 days ago. Several positions were offered in yesterday's local newspaper. So after you read these following sentences, so can you guess that this is a passive voice? Yeah, these all are passive voices. Okay, these are all passive voice. So like this one, I can also be reached. Be reached is passive. It's written, is advertised, are enclosed, was sent, were offered. So what is passive voice? So passive voice is used when we want to emphasize the action, I mean the verb, and the object of a sentence rather than the subject. So passive voice is used when we want to talk, when we want to focus on the action and the object, not the subject. This means that the subject is either less important than the action itself, or that we don't know who or what the subject is. So when it will be used, passive voice is used when the doer of action is unknown. For example, my wallet is stolen. So we don't know who is the stealer, right? So we use passive voice here. And then it's used when the doer of action is clear and no need to be explained or mentioned, like with is grown in Karawang. Everybody knows that the doer is a farmer, right? So we don't need to explain the doer of the action. And then when the speaker doesn't want to tell about the doer, so it will use passive voice. And if the doer is people in general, and last, it will be used, passive voice will be used if the doer has been mentioned in the previous sentence or paragraph. Okay? So the formula of passive voice is plus, we put subject. So in the active voice, the object will be the subject in the passive voice. And then we use be plus verb participle or verb 3, as you know. Okay, so the pronoun or the subject in the active voice is optional. It's optional, okay? So you can put it or not. So for example, William Smith writes the application letter. Okay, this is the active voice, the active sentence. And we want to write it in the passive form like this. The application letter is written by William Smith. So here, William Smith is the subject or the doer of the action, right? The action, what is the action? The action is write. And the application letter here is the object. But when it turns into passive voice, the object here will be the subject. The application letter is written by, okay, it's optional, you can use it or not, by William Smith. So the doer here is put in the back of the sentence. Okay, so you can use just the application letter is written like this. Okay, so this is how the tense from active to passive is changed. Okay, you can see this table. For example, the present simple tense here is he writes the letter. He writes the letter. And then when we want to turn it into passive, the letter is written. The letter is written. We put, remember, we put be verb here. Be verb and verb participle. Written, remember, write, wrote, and written. Written is the verb participle. Okay, next example. Present continuous. He is writing the letter. Okay, remember, verb ing is continuous, right? And we want to turn it into passive. The letter is being, it's still continuous, is being written. So it's not the letter is writing. No, the letter is being. We put be verb plus ing because here it's continuous form. Next, he wrote the letter. He wrote the letter. Wrote is the verb past of write or verb to. Okay, when we want to change it into passive voice, the letter was. Why was? Because it's the past form of be is. Be verb is changed into was because it's past tense. Okay, for the rest example, you can slowly read this example and ask me if you have anything to, if you have any difficulties to understand this table. Okay, now let's do the exercise. First, he managed the local branch of a national shoe retailer. The company has advertised the job opportunity in the national newspaper. He developed time management tools for staff. She will enclose her resume in the application letter. Linda is writing an application letter for the position as a secretary. So I want you to pause this video and you can write down your answer in the piece of paper. Okay. And let's check the answer. So this is the answer. First, he managed the local branch of national shoe retailer. So managed. So it will be the local branch of national shoe retailer is managed. So it's changed here. here is managed. Okay, next. The job opportunity has been advertised in the national newspaper. Has been advertised. Okay? And then time management tools was developed. Was developed. Her resume will be enclosed in the application letter. An application letter is being written for the position as a secretary. Okay, let's see. The company has advertised the job opportunity in the national newspaper. The company has advertised, so it will be has been advertised. And then he developed. Developed here is the verb past of develop. So it's past simple, okay? He developed time management tools for staff, and then it's changed into was developed. Still use be, but in the form of past tense. And then she will enclose her resume. She will is future. Will is future, so will be enclosed. And then Linda is writing an application. It's a present continuous one, okay? And it's changed into an application letter is being, be verb ing, being written. Okay, I think you guys understand about this one, right? Okay, now let's back to the application letter that we have learned in the previous video. So paragraph, paragraph, first paragraph, I mean, in the body of the letter, in the first paragraph, you have to write the way you came to know the job application, from whom or from what publication, advertisement, or other sources. And you have to tell the exact purpose. So this is the example of the first paragraph that you have to write in the body of the letter. And then in the second paragraph, create the employer's interest or desire in your application by indicating your educational background and your work experiences. So I think this is the longest one, the longest paragraph in your body of letter. In the application letter, I mean. Okay, this is the example of the second paragraph that the writer show or write their educational background and their experience, their work experiences and their strength, I think. And in the third paragraph, it urges the employers to act on your application letter by requesting for an interview. Make it easy for the personnel department to contact you by providing your telephone number and email address. So it will make the employer easier to call you or to contact you to the interview. So, okay, now I have a job vacancy for all of you guys. Okay, you can read this job vacancy. So, Apika Plaza is hiring a sales executive with this qualification: bachelor's degree in any discipline, minimum 2 years of experience in a similar position, proficiency in both English and Indonesian, basic computer skills, charming personality, and good interpersonal skills. And this is the job desk of sales executive. So I want you to write your own job vacancy. I want you to write your own application letter to apply this job. Okay. First, write your address. So this is how you write the application letter. Okay. And then after you write your address, write the address of the company. Okay, the company address. And then write down the name of the person in charge, the PIC. And then write down any necessary information in the opening of the letter. And you can write down specific information to indicate that your capability matches the position. And write down any necessary information in the closing, and then sign your application letter. So we have learned about the job, the application letter generic structure, right? So I want you to apply for this position in Apika Plaza. Okay. If you have done right in, if you have done making your own application letter, you can send it to me, or yeah, you can send the link or whatever, so I can check your work. Okay, this is the end of our lesson for today's video. So I want to ask you that, do you understand the purpose of an application letter? And do you know what information appears in application letter? And last, do you know how to write an application letter? If your questions are yes, then you have be able in this learning objective. Then you have been able in writing an application letter, and you have been understanding. You have understand what is application letter and its generic structure and language features. But if you still have no for this question, or you have any difficulties, you can ask me and I will answer you, okay, as far as I can. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next video, and I hope you have a great day. Bye bye. See you in the next video.